Hey.
Looks to work on the newly inserted Ty Jerome. He'll bounce off and find Hardy. Hardy, nice to the basket, erased by Evan Mobley.
Alright, Joel, so with the Cleveland Cavaliers officially becoming the first team in the NBA this season to reach 30 wins amongst their big breakout year, I want to focus on one of their many potential all-stars who is also having a breakout year of his own, and that player is Evan Mobley. I have remained on the Evan Mobley hype train since the day he was drafted into the league, but I do have to admit I was starting to get a little bit worried heading into this season about what his true ceiling was, what his true potential was, but I'm also happy to admit that those worries have been quelled. Because despite the fact that the numbers might not be showing anything crazy, if you actually sit down and watch the Cavaliers play and watch what Evan Mobley is doing on the basketball court this season, it's very clear that he is playing the best basketball of his career. Now, if we do take a look at the numbers real quick, he is averaging a career high in points per game at just a hair under 19. And what's interesting about this boost in points per game is that he's not being featured anymore by the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's not taking more shots per game. He's simply just making more shots per game. And his efficiency all at career highs, as he's having a career best in 2-point field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage, and free throw percentage. Another interesting thing to look at is this past offseason, there were a lot of people saying that Evan Mobley just simply needs to shoot more threes to become a better player, and he must have been on a similar wavelength, because if you look at Evan Mobley's first 198 games of his career, aka his first 3 seasons, he only made 67 threes across those games, whereas if you look at the first 32 games of this season, he's already made 37. But what stands out to me a whole lot more than Evan Mobley's increase in 3-point attempts is his just general improvement and growth and evolution when it comes to his interior scoring and driving to the rim, because to me, that is the real driving force behind this breakout season. He just looks so much more fluid and forceful when he is driving to the rim. He's putting defenders underneath the hoop and dunking all over them, or he's just gotten way better at finishing around the rim. Just overall, he looks like such a more polished driver of the basketball. And when you pair that with his already really good abilities to handle the ball and pass the ball, whether it be from the top of the key or from the short roll or driving kicks or going big to big, this is the version of Evan Mobley that me and so many others have been waiting to see. But of course, when it comes to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the big picture of their 30-4 overall record, it's not just Evan Mobley that is leading them to this great season. You also have to give credit, of course, to their other potential all-stars with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Jarrett Allen, and the just tremendous play from their role players and bench like Georges Niang, Karis LeVert, Ty Jerome, Dean Wade, Isaac Okoro when he's been healthy. In fact, this entire Cleveland Cavaliers roster has been absolutely lights out from the 3-point line, as they are the only team shooting above 40% from 3 so far this season. Even from an individual standpoint, if you take a look at this table here, I have every Cavalier who is taking at least 2 threes per game. The ones highlighted in green are the ones that's shooting above league average, and of course the ones in red are shooting below. But as you can see, a whole lot more green than red. And perhaps the best part about the Cleveland Cavaliers and their hot shooting and the fact that they are number 1 in the entire league in offensive rating is that, contrary to popular belief amongst a lot of NBA news outlets right now, they aren't just jacking threes and taking the first shot available, but rather they have extremely good ball movement, and it all leads to them trying to get the best shot possible every possession. There always seems to be like 3 to 5 possessions every game where the Cavaliers just enter a flow state and the ball goes zipping around, and it leads to some of the best possessions you will see all season. Just tons of driving kicks, tons of setting screens for each other, tons of extra passes being made that lead to the most open shot possible. I think a big reason for this competency on the offensive side of the ball is due to the fact that the Cavaliers have actually stuck by a core 4 for quite some time now. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley. These guys have been playing together for a few years now, and it's very evident by the way they're able to play with each other on the court chemistry wise. So again, all of these things come together to create this basketball team that is just absolutely destroying teams and running them off the court offensively. Again, they are first in the entire NBA in offense. And it's not like the defense is that bad either. They currently rank 9th in defensive team rating. A big reason for that is just the simple fact that they have 2 of the better rim protectors in the entire NBA between Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. And with their ability to shut off the paint, if teams are unable to score from the outside on the Cavaliers, it's going to be a long night for them. And then on top of all of that, you add in the fact that you have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland just occasionally lighting teams up from the 3-point line or getting to the rim with ease. And it just creates this perfect blend of basketball nirvana, again, where the Cleveland Cavaliers night in and night out are just an extremely tough team to beat. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough, but the Cleveland Cavaliers are currently 30-4. I love that the Oklahoma City Thunder are starting to get some more mainstream love from NBA fans, but the Cleveland Cavaliers might be even better. They currently are, at least record-wise, they are a game ahead of the Thunder. And if you look at their win percentage, 30 out of 34 games, they've won 88% of their games this season, which if we just do a quick little math check on a certain, let's just throw in some random numbers, like, let's say a team wins 73 out of 82 games for, some reason. That's an 89% winning percentage, which I'm no mathematician, but those are some pretty close numbers. In fact, I'll leave you with this one last little tidbit. If the Cleveland Cavaliers continue their current pace, if they win their next 7 games that they have scheduled, they will be 37-4, and they will be on pace to break the current NBA wins record. Now, I understand that winning 7 games in a row is not anywhere close to an easy task in the NBA, but with how this Cleveland Cavaliers team has been playing so far, with how badly they have just been absolutely decimating teams so far to this point in the season, I think there's hope. At the very least, I'm very interested to see how much Evan Mobley continues to improve during this breakout season, because if he's someone who can continue to get better and can continue to improve on the things that he's been improving, he might end up being not only the best player on this Cavs team, but one of the best players in the entire NBA. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. As always, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.